I'm a Harry Potter fan as much as the next person. I love the characters, the world building, I grew up with the movies and books, and this is exactly why I want to talk about Hogwarts Legacy and whether we should be excited for it or not. The game comes out in February, and it has potential to be either Game of the Year or Flop of the Year, and it all depends on the publishers and developers. So let's talk about why we should be excited firstly, and then we will talk about why we maybe should hold our excitement for us. The first reason we should be excited, well, it's because it's a Harry Potter game that is open world. It's the first game of this type that we got, and honestly, from the trailers and the gameplay footage that we got, it's gorgeous, it looks perfect. But with all gameplay footage and trailers, you know how it is. They hide certain aspects of the game that are not that great. You can see that with Cyberpunk. The trailers of Cyberpunk, the gameplay footage of Cyberpunk, they looked amazing. And at launch, well, you know how it was. It was a disaster. If you look at the footage on screen now, you can see that Hogwarts looks perfect. It's exactly like in the movies, and I'm really happy for that. But, as in all games, graphics aren't everything, and the plot matters too. And from what we've seen so far, the main idea of the plot isn't that special. Basically, you, the student that you play as, can control some type of dark magic that nobody has seen in centuries, and there is some bad guy that wants to control that magic as well to destroy the Wizarding World. It doesn't sound that special, but if they write it properly, it can be very interesting, but it all depends on how they approach it. Now let's talk about a bit of the setting of the game. If you didn't know, this game happens in the late 1800s. It's not in the present day, which I gotta admit it would have been cool to see Harry Potter in the 2020s, but we're in the late 1800s, of course in Hogwarts, and I've seen somewhere online that you can explore everything that you can see around Hogwarts, and I think that is really cool. But you know how developers are, they say a lot of things before launch, and after it launched, the game isn't that complete, but we'll see. Now let's talk about why we should maybe be a bit reserved with our expectations. Well, the game is published by Warner Brothers and is being developed by Avalanche Software, not to be confused with Avalanche Studios that released the Just Cause series and a couple of other great games. No, it's being developed by Avalanche Software, which has a past of developing child games like the Cars tie-in games with the movies. So they don't have a great pedigree of big open world games, but we should give them a chance. We shouldn't judge them before they release the game. The next potential problem that this game is gonna have is monetization, as it's being released by Warner Brothers, who have a history of monetizing excessively the games. And this already shows in the deluxe edition box set that they released for this game, which was $300 I believe, and it didn't offer much. This excessive monetization can be seen in Shadow of War, which is a great game, but it was ruined by this over monetization. And, of course, Gotham Knights. And what do these games have in common? Well, they're both published by Warner Brothers, so we'll have to pay attention to that in Hogwarts Legacy. So, as a conclusion to this video, personally, I'm gonna play Hogwarts Legacy, and after I finish playing it, I'm gonna come back to this channel and do a review of it. So, watch out for that. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing if you like more rants like this. Goodbye.